Welcome to BenjiManTV.
Coffee Monday!
Yep, another segment for your viewing pleasure here on this great, beautiful Monday. And guess what? This is one thing that we didn't do in the other episode is I got a espresso or Americano right now.
And
what do you got?
It's a medium roast.
Straight black coffee.
Straight black coffee.
So we've had plenty of caffeine today, and today's topic for this Coffee Monday is coffee.
This is Coffee Talks.
And I put up a post on my Instagram, which is BenjiManFood, and I asked for topics that you would like us to talk about, whether they're questions about us or whatever, and a lot of them were about coffee. So Sean actually looked at them. I don't know what they are, so I'm just gonna answer as much as I can, and he's gonna answer based on what he researched. And no.
And no.
Maybe knows.
Okay. So the first question is, Shirley Lynn 99 asks, how much coffee should you drink daily or weekly?
Should is an interesting word because, you know, it's implying that you need to do something a certain way. I think you should drink as much as you feel you want to drink, okay? When I first started drinking coffee, I could drink half a cup and I would stay up all night long. Okay, now I can drink a whole cup of coffee and I'm okay for the whole day. I don't need any more than that. But I've heard of some people drinking like 3+ cups.
Sure. Oh, or more. I know
plus.
people who brew a pot and then just drink the pot throughout the day.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah. So who am I to say how much you should drink? I think you should drink as much as you want to drink or as much as your body needs.
Sure. And we'll also look at what the Mayo Clinic suggests, and they actually say that that 4 a day is actually a good thing. And if you're drinking 4 cups of coffee a day, it could lower your risk of colon cancer. It could actually fight depression, ovarian cancer, liver cancer. And what is 4 cups? 8 ounces. No, it's 8 ounces.
Yeah, okay.
Is 1 cup. And in 1 cup's about 95 milligrams of coffee.
So it has to be caffeine. A certain type of coffee, like a drip coffee.
Yeah. And so 400 milligrams of caffeine, which is about 4 cups, is kind of the max. Now, if you go over that, it's actually bad for you.
Yeah. And then
so 4 is kind of the peak for the average person. Yeah. And people are different, and body weight and age and different things come into it. But
that's a whole nother topic too, because what is bad? Like, what if you put sugar into it? What if you drink it with cream, right? What if it's just straight black versus like, you know, like an espresso shot in water like mine? So those are questions that you could go on forever. So that's why I say drink as much as you would like to drink or feel your body can handle.
Or do what the Mayo Clinic says.
Or do that what they said. There must be official. They must be like the pros.
Next question.
Okay.
Okay, so Jim Diva Danita.
Danita? So Jim and Danita? Like is it
Jim Diva Danita.
Oh, Danita?
Yeah,
okay.
Okay. Asks, what are the positives of caffeine? And we hit some of them that actually there's some medical benefits in kind of moderation. But what are some other positives?
Hands down, the biggest benefit of caffeine is focus. You just shouldn't focus.
I agree.
I mean, that's why so many people start the day with coffee, is because that caffeine just gives you a focus on whatever you're doing, and it kind of hones you in on, you know, whatever activity or your job or school, and it also gives you that focus when you're kind of tired. It kind of keeps you going a little bit. So to me, that's the #1 benefit. You didn't say health benefit, but that's a, you know.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely positive. You know, it's funny if you research out when there was kind of the discovery of coffee, before all they had really done was make a lot of alcohol, because water wasn't very clean to drink. So they were drinking like hard alcohol or drinking wine because that was what to drink. And they found that productivity was down. And this, I don't know if this is true or not, but I actually heard that one of the things that sparked the Renaissance was this discovery of coffee. Because then from getting kind of like tired and just like, you know, mellowed out, they started drinking coffee and there's like, choo, and all of a sudden productivity just started happening. And so I kind of think of that, you know, it can be bad to push yourself too hard and drink coffee if you aren't getting enough rest and so on and so forth. But when you want that extra push to put a little extra hustle in the afternoon or something, that's when I like to, you know, get some stuff done, have a little coffee. And,
did you see that YouTube video?
Yeah, I did. I saw that YouTube video.
We'll put it right here.
It's a science YouTube video.
Yeah, it's good. I love that channel, by the way. Not ASAP Science, but it's something. I forgot the name, but we're gonna put it
right there.
Okay.
Third question. Drinkers Sifadiwa.
Okay.
808 asks, what would you recommend coffee for people who aren't big on coffee? Like getting into coffee is, I think what the question is.
Well, I heard this morning, a good one is latte. I personally only drink black coffee or like, you know, like espresso shots in water, which is Americano, but those are a little bit strong. See, I got into coffee really for the benefits, both focus wise and the health benefits. I didn't really get into for the pleasure because you know what? A milkshake actually tastes way better than this. But a milkshake doesn't do for me what coffee does. But if you're trying to get into it and like taste buds, really important to you, you know, latte with a little sugar in it.
Mocha could be good.
Mocha, I don't actually know what
macchiato.
Yeah, you know,
all kinds of when they're adding
venti,
milk, they're adding
nutmeg
caramel,
on sugar, on whipped cream. You would know better. You go to Starbucks more often.
I go to Starbucks. My wife, Sonia, worked at Starbucks for 8-9 years.
Every time I'm at that Starbucks, I always tell people this is where Sean and
that's where we met.
I know that.
So coffee can bring people together in relationships.
You should sponsor him because he did kind of, you know, meet his wife there.
Coffee is a matchmaker. Okay, last question. Abby _100 asks, how to use caffeine effectively? We kind of maybe already hit this, but
okay. Yeah, I'd say effectively is in moderation because this is the thing. If you start drinking way too much coffee, I've heard this from numerous people. This I don't even need to experience it myself to know. I just heard it from enough people. If you don't do the coffee in moderation, what you end up doing is like almost killing your focus. You almost have to rely on it. And to me, that is not an efficient way. What was the question again?
Yeah, how do you use caffeine effectively?
That's not an effective way to use it.
Yeah.
What I do is it gives me a little jolt before a workout. So it's an all natural jolt versus like Red Bull or something like that. Also, it just gives me a good little focus, energy. It helps me focus my energy throughout the day. So, you know, that first one, regardless of a workout or not. And then if I absolutely need it, when I'm driving and I'm getting sleepy, I'll pull over and now I will get a little cup of gas station coffee and just sip on it. That's how I use it effectively for my life.
I just got one tip, and that's that people sometimes think that coffee can replace not sleeping.
Oh yeah.
And the only way to really rest and be rested is to sleep. And
but
so,
if you want to go crazy, insane, you know, and maybe like ruin some of your relationships, that route might work for you.
Stop sleeping.
Just
and then that's the pathway to
live
insanity.
off of coffee.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, but what I found is how to use it effectively. If you add coffee to being already rested, like if you want to write for a while, or you want to like blog, or you want to get homework done, like still get enough sleep, but then drink coffee. So you're kind of actually using caffeine not as a replacement for the fact that you haven't been healthy in other areas, but as a boost. And that's how I would say it. Benji, land the plane.
Last note on that though is it's also not about how you use it effectively, it's how you don't use it that you can make it effective. So on Sundays, I sometimes just don't drink coffee. Or like the whole weekend, I won't drink coffee.
To reset your system?
Reset myself.
Oh, that's good.
So anyways, this has been another segment of Coffee Monday with Sean Thinks. All the show notes will be down below. Links to things, videos, things that we mentioned, all there. We want to just say thank you to everybody that replied to my Instagram post, BenjiManFood, Twitter, BenjiManTV.
Sean Thinks. 2014. Coffee Monday. We'll see you later.
Sean Cannell, Instagram, by the way.
Sean Cannell, Instagram. Smart.
I learned a few things from you.
Smart. Cheers.
Cheers. I've never cheered coffee before.
As my teeth get darker and darker.
Mine don't actually stay whiter necessarily.